Gungji Fat Joy, because this is your Chinese tarot reading for the whole of the year of the tiger. So the year of the tiger begins on February the 1st and ends on January the 31st. And this is for the Chinese horoscope sign of the tiger. Now, if you're unsure of what your horoscope sign is, I'm putting a crib down below. But what I would say to you is, if you're born in January, generally speaking, you go in the previous year. But if you're at the very end of January, you need to check something a bit better than what I'm publishing here. And I do mean literally the very, very end of January, because it's based on the lunar year. And of course that does change. So yeah, just a word of warning. But yeah, this is this is for the tiger in the year of the tiger. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's something a little different, isn't it? Now I'll be using probably 2 decks, but out of 3 decks. So the first deck is Tarot Nusantara. The second deck is the Steampunk deck, and the third deck is the Light Visions Tarot. Tarot Nusantara is actually a new one to me, which I love, whereas the Light Visions I've struggled with as a result of the rendering. Although I think I'll grow into it, I will keep using it and coming back to it. You can see on all of them I'm using quite a lot of salt, and that's to clear the energy and the spirits from them, something that I do fairly regularly with my tarot. And I also, you'll see a number of Jimat there that I use just to bring a good energy to the tarot and to my reading. And I call on the Chinese spirits to assist me in shuffling these cards, in selecting the right cards, and interpret them for the tiger, for the year of the tiger. Tiger. I feel daft calling you tiger, but there's nothing else I can do, is there? What to make of this reading? Now remember, it's for a full year, so yeah. Well, the overall energy is this 8 of Cups, which is you getting disillusioned and walking away from something. And I think I know what it is you're walking away from. It's because it's something in the past that was a cause of arguments and conflicts. And right now you're sort of learning something or working hard, doing something, learning for the future, something that will be of help to you in the future. And in the future, you come out of that sort of learning process and you have to work with others as a team. But chronologically, chronologically, this is almost certainly before that working as a team. There's a feeling of being by yourself and in poverty, which of course, if you have been learning something and not being able to put it into practice yet, maybe that's natural. Maybe I shouldn't get too worried about it. You can change the outcome by finding a sense of direction, knowing where you're going and going very fast. But I don't know if I'd be advising that, because the outcome could not be better, because it's the Sun card. Multiple blessings. The sun shining from you and people knowing that. An interesting spread, to say the least, and because it's your year, Tiger, I don't think it's so bad, but you are walking away from something. Yeah. So, Tiger, the overall energy, as I've already indicated to you, is about you getting disillusioned with something and you walking away from it. And now at this stage, I'm not that interested in what it is you're walking away from, because this runs throughout every card. We might need to come back to it, however. But it's the energy of getting disillusioned and walking away. You look at the card, and there are the 8 chalices down by the sea, presumably full of wine. And yet he's choosing to walk away from them and walk up that mountain. Now, I'm sure the mountain's nice, but he can't be sure what's up that mountain because there's the moon, which is the card of uncertainty. But he's moving away from what he knows, and clearly there's something he doesn't like about what he knows. And he's taking a step into the unknown. Now, when I first saw this particular rendering, I thought he'd got a plunger, you know, the thing that you unblock sinks with for a nose. But it isn't. If you look at it, that's just part of the mountain. It's not the stick of the plunger at all. So yeah, he's walking up that mountain, away into the unknown, away from something. Now, I'm the sort of person who walks up mountains into the unknown. And, you know, you shouldn't see it negatively. So we mustn't see it negative. But it does run throughout the whole of the reading. Tiger. Now, I think I know what it is that you're moving away from. You're moving away from arguments and conflicts. And this is the Five of Wands, and it's in your past. Now, these are the sort of arguments, conflicts, whereby maybe people are trying to do things, but they're trying to do things in a different way. Or maybe they all have a slightly different direction, but if the direction was communicated, maybe they could work together. Now, they've got these black and white checkered sarongs on. So I suppose I should be saying it feels like Newcastle United, but you know, it doesn't half feel like Manchester United to me. Just pulling in pardon me, completely different directions and destroying the club as a result. You look at them, yeah, they're all pulling, aren't they? They're all trying to do something, but they're not doing it together. They're not working together. And given we've got that walking away card, I think you're just fed up with it. I just think you're fed up with it. And you want to do something by yourself for the time being. That's what I think it is. And your current energy is the Eight of Pentacles. So this does suggest that you've taken yourself away from the crowd, doing something quietly by yourself, probably learning to do something new, or certainly training to do something new. Might be a bit laborious, practicing. It's like an apprenticeship card, if you like. It's that sort of an energy. So practicing until it makes perfect. And you're probably a bit fed up and would like to get some money now from it. But, you know if you keep going on, practice does make perfect. And you look at the card, well, yeah, he's pressing out, isn't it? Well, it's chiselling out those pentacles. So it is money for the future that you're laying down. You're laying down the future, but maybe a little bit bored, maybe happening a bit slowly for you. But given that you've walked away from conflict, maybe this is what you need to be doing. Now, very interestingly, your future energy is Three of Pentacles, which is the card of teamwork. So it looked as though in the past you were working as a team, there was too much conflict. You've gone away and you've learned a skill, you've learned how to do something better, but now you need to work as a team in order to put that into practice. And, it almost feels like you're doing exactly the right thing, doesn't it? It almost feels like in the past you had disagreements with people but didn't really know what you were doing. Now you've gone off and learnt what you should be doing, and therefore hopefully you can work better as a team. It feels good to me. It feels good to me. This is the future energy. As I say, you look at the card, well, yeah, he looks to be carving a door, doesn't he? In a temple or something like that, and the others are holding up plans or holding up his tools, and I think they're holding up his plans. So he can't do it without them, but this is something that's planned, unlike that 5 of wands, whereby they were pulling in different directions. So it looks very positive to me, Tiger. But the energy impacting on the outcome is what I mean, there's no negative and positive cards in tarot. They've all got some negative, all got some positive. But I do see this card as being sort of a negative card, and not a lovely card anyway. It's the 5 of Pentacles, and I'd call it the card of poverty. It's either feeling like you've got no money, or it's feeling, or I should say, that you got no mates. So it's not a nice card, but it's only a 5, minor arcana, so it doesn't necessarily last, and it could be an attitude of your mind. Now, it probably, in chronological terms, comes before the last card, the 3 of Pentacles, which I thought was a good card, the teamwork card. So what I think it's pertaining to, I think it goes back to this conflict, and then you taking yourself off to learn your trade. So if as a result of conflict you've decided you need to learn about things better, then this makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because, you know, you're going to be short of money if that's what you're doing. Yeah, you look at the card, well, you know, yeah, she's walking with him on crutches in front of what looks like a chapel, but there's hope, you know, there's a stained glass window, there's light coming from it. I think there's hope. I'm not going to get too up on this card, to be perfectly honest with you, Tiger. Do you know, I do feel an absolute Burke calling you Tiger, but there's nothing else I can call you. I bet you feel an even bigger Burke being called Tiger, don't you? Ah well. So now the card that impacts maybe negatively changing the outcome is the Chariot card. This is about you having a strong sense of direction, knowing where you're going, knowing why. Yeah, very firm sense of direction, knowing what you're doing, absolutely, you're in control. Good card, lovely card, isn't it? But the outcome's a really nice outcome. So I'm just wondering if this is saying, well, actually, relax a bit, give into the universe a little bit more. Oh, of course, remember that conflict card. This could be about you feeling that you've got the solution and trying to impose it on others, couldn't it? Yes. You look at the card. He's very determined. Yeah, knows where he's going, knows why. But you know, it could be the wrong direction, couldn't it? Yeah. We'll see. And as I say, Tiger, the outcome, it couldn't be nicer. The Sun card, absolutely beautiful card. You're being blessed. The sun is shining down on you. Everything is going your way. It's the sort of card, you know, whereby people can see that you're blessed as well. They can see the sun shining down on you. Now, I often talk about this card in terms of the time I saw Alan Toussaint. Now, you might be shouting, who the hell's Alan Toussaint? Well, Alan Toussaint is a musician from New Orleans. I'm sure he's dead now. And probably most famous for having written Lady Marmalade. Or did he write it or just produce it? Anyway, you know, LaBelle's Lady Marmalade. But an incredible presence, incredibly tall man. And he walked into, I was eating beignets in Cafe Olay off Jackson Square there, and in he walked in a white suit and a white fedora. Incredibly tall man. Now, I'm certain nobody else in Cafe Olay had a clue who he was, but the entire room fell silent because he had such incredible presence. And that's what the sun does to you. You look at the card, he's on this beautiful white horse, so a bit like Alan Toussaint's white suit. And you know, you can't help but look and smile. And that's the energy. That's the energy of this card. I could summarise now for you, but if we get some clarification, I think this is going to get deeper still, Tiger. I really do. So let's go for it. And there's two cards that I think I'd like clarification on. And I think they're very much linked. And you know, the clarification is telling me, yeah, you're right, they are linked. And those cards are the Eight of Cups, which was the Walking Away card, and the Five of Pentacles, which was the Poverty card. So for the Eight of Cups, we have the Page of Cups, seeking something new. Could be creative, but I think it might be about love. And then, you know, one of the things that really tells me I'm on the right track on linking these two cards, we have the Five of Pentacles as a confirmation to the Eight of Cups. So that Poverty card coming back. And then we have the Page of Swords. So again, it's as though you're seeking something. But this is like you're getting a message maybe. Or you're having to dump some baggage. But certainly moving on. Moving on, of course, moving on with the confirming the Eight of Cups, which is about you moving on. Yeah, past is new. And then for the Five of Pentacles, the confirmation we have is first of all the moon. So it's the unknown. And remember, there was that moon shining on that original rendering of the Eight of Cups. Yeah. So you don't know. There's something you don't know and you're fearful about it. And blow me down, we've got another Eight of Cups now. Gosh, isn't it? And it's got a moon on it. So walking away again. Walking away from the unknown. And finally we have an Emperor card. Now, strength. Strength. Wisdom. It's almost as though you're doing the right thing to be walking away. It's almost as though you're doing the right thing to be walking away, yeah. This is getting quite deep. Let's look at each card individually for you, Tiger. So the first card of clarity is this Page of Cups. And that suggests that you're going off looking for something. It could be love. Could be something creative, something romantic, something artistic. We're going off and looking for it. You've no idea if you'll find it. You've no idea how successful you will be. And if you look at the card, well, yeah, there's an innocence about it, isn't there? But I don't like, I like the fact that he's on a beach. She is on a beach. What I don't like is a fighter plane up there. So we don't know what you're going to find, but you're opening up to this exploration. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? Opening up to an exploration. And it's confirming a walking away. You're finding something out, aren't you? You're finding something out. Yeah. Now we have this Five of Pentacles again. Poverty. Feeling all alone. You look at the card, it's even more desperate than the last one. Because there's snow on the ground, isn't there? Cold as well. Oh dear. You know, I live somewhere where it's never cold, so I dread it. I dread it. Dread it living back in a cold country. And you look, but the light shining through the stained glass window is even nicer, isn't it? It's even nicer. Are you actually experiencing poverty, or are you dreading it? What is it you're discovering? What is it? You're discovering something. Maybe you're discovering the reason why you're poor. You're discovering that why You've never had a great deal of money. Is that what it is? Could be, Tiger. Could be. And the final card of clarification, and remember this is clarification on this sort of disillusionment walking away card, is the Page of Swords. Now again, like the Page of Cups, it's looking for something, seeking something. But it's also about dumping baggage, and of course the eight of what's the card we're clarifying here? The eight of Cups is you walking away from something. So walking away and dumping baggage, moving on, same things. And being a sword, I think it's about a message as well. Now I don't know if this is a message from someone else, but I don't think it is. I think it's about your attitudes to life. And I think you're beginning to understand that the conflict in your life has been caused by yourself. That your attitudes to the world are causing conflict. You know, I follow a YouTube channel, a very nice man, a man I like a lot. And he talks about the current health crisis. But unfortunately, it's now the site is now dominated by, well, I was going to say the alt-right. I mean, some of them are, let's call a spade a spade. Some of them are out and out Nazis. They really are, you know. And, you know, they're coming out with the most outlandish, I don't think I can use the word but sea theories, you know. Absolutely outlandish sea theories. And, you know, and well, yeah, they're finding communists everywhere. And, you know, if you think you got Reds under the bed, you'll bloody well find them, you know. But it's clown cuckoo land. It's just fantasy, you know. And I think you're realising you've been doing that. You've been creating your own problems, and it's time to change your mind. It's a feeling I'm getting, yeah. How am I going to put all this together? And we've got more clarification cards. Yes, I'm getting it right. Now remember, these two cards are linked, so we're now on to the poverty card. But it's the moon, the unknown. It's your fear of poverty. It's your fear of poverty. It's your fear that some group of evil geniuses are going to defraud humanity out of all their money. And of course, to a certain degree they are, but not all. Not all. They're not going to get away with it. And there's no good worrying about it. You know, there's no good worrying about it. And no, I'm not in the slightest bit concerned of... Well, I am. I mean, I'm concerned about a move to the right, but I don't think we're going to be living in a Hunger Games society, but you do. And you're worried sick about it, and you got to stop worrying. You've got to stop worrying. And, you know, if we all stop worrying and we all see the world as a better place, it will become a better place. It really will. And here you see the lobster. The lobster is climbing out of that stream. It's going to be a difficult journey. But when he gets to the end, that lobster's going to be as happy as anything. Yeah. And you see, now again, we have the eight of cups, so the walking away card. And it's about walking away from your fears. Walking away from these theories that you've developed about things. Now, it might not be about the current world situation. It might be about other people, you know. But you've got to walk away. You've got to turn your back on this stupidity. Start being happy with yourself, and things are going to work out really well. But you've got yourself into this sort of worrying way of looking at things that's preventing the universe from sending you blessings, essentially. You know, and yeah, you're worried about poverty, you're worried about having no mates, you're worried about everything, aren't you? Just stop it. It's difficult to say, you know, my mum, the only thing that's keeping her going is worry. Yeah, yeah. Do you know? I mean, she's 91, and I haven't seen her for 2 years. I haven't been able to fly for 2 years really, and I've just heard that it's probably going to be at least another year, and I don't know if she'll last. But anyway, so I was explaining to her, well, look, I've got a number of administrative things to do. I've got to get a new passport. I've got to get a new exit re-entry visa. And while they're saying at the moment that for the entire of this year, everybody flying into Indonesia will have to go into quarantine, I don't mean for the entire year, 14 days, something like that. But, while that's there and I'm going to have to pay for the hotels, probably I might as well sort out these administrative things now. So I was explaining to my mum, and she says, "Oh, it would be expensive going into quarantine, won't it?" I says, "Well, yeah, it'd be about £2,000, She said, "Oh," she says, "Well, what are you going to do if I die? All my things. There's a table here worth £100, and it's like, bloody hell. You want me to spend £2,000 to come and try and get £100 for a table?" Yeah. Anyway, that's what it's like. It's this sort of energy that's behind you. Yeah. And you know something, Tiger? Sorry, I can't help it. Tiger, doesn't have to be like this. Stand firm. You're a strong person. You know what's going on. You're intuitive. Why have you given over to fear and worry? There's no reason for it. There's none at all. You're strong, you're firm. Look, you're an emperor. You're an emperor, for God's sake. Snap. Yeah, well, I know it's difficult to say snap out of it, but really, you create your future. Be happy. Raise your vibrations. Everything's going to be all right. Stop worrying about all these conflicts, all these things. You're the one in control. You're the one who's going to create your future. Think of the future you want, and you'll achieve it. You will. Well, Tiger, this is your tarot reading for the whole year of the Tiger, and the overall theme is you getting disillusioned with things. And there's external circumstances. It might even be the crisis that the world is in at the moment is getting you down. But a lot of it's in your head, A lot of it is you're worrying about things that you don't control. And you're not controlling the things that you can control. And it's as simple as that, Tiger. And yeah, in the past there's been conflicts, people have been pulling in different directions, and maybe that is the world at the moment. Maybe that's what it's saying, I don't know. Or it could be people closer to you. And to a certain degree, you've taken this time to sort of learn something, learn something new. Laying down foundations for future wealth, which is a very good thing. But playing in your mind is this worry that you're going to slip into poverty, have no friends. And it's the unknown. It's the unknown that's worrying you. I mean, come on, Tiger. We're all worried about the unknown. We're all worried about the future of the world's direction. But look at you. You're a strong person. You're a clever person. You've learnt things. You've got skills that are going to be very useful, whatever shape the world's going to be in. But, I think you've allowed yourself to be sort of taken in by these sea theories that are painting complete doom and gloom. And why I know it is because I've done the same. I've allowed myself to be taken in by them. But, I said in the long reading that I look at this YouTube channel, someone that I like a lot, but he's been taken over by the far right. Nazis. Let's call them what they are, Nazis. And, if you follow their logic, that the world is imploding, and they're standing in the wings to take over, and God, it would make you depressed, wouldn't it, if you believed it all. So, don't, for goodness sake. You're a clever, strong person. You are, honestly. You are. You're going to have to work with others at times. You know, you've gone into this sort of hermit-like thing to learn things, but you're going to have to work with others. And don't go rushing off. Don't go rushing off in a firm direction. Be open to other ideas, you know. Take away the fear, but don't go rushing off, because you could go pursue, you know, you could let these fears dominate your thinking and you rush off basing your actions on your fears. And you know, I mean, I don't know who's creating these theories, but I'm sure it is so that we behave in this stupid manner, rushing off and doing daft things. Truth is, you're very strong. You've got a very good future, very bright future. Loads of blessings ahead of you, Tiger. It's a good year for you. It's a good year for you, but you've got to get your head straight. Stop being worried. Stop being full of fear. Stop acting on fear. And take control of your life. Take control of your emotions. And everything's going to be really good for you, Tiger. It really is. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed Tarot from Java as an addition to my channel, The Magic of Java. Please take a look at the other videos that I have on this channel about magic from Java, and I hope that you will become a subscriber. Now, if you want to hear your next tarot reading, hit the button, and that will inform you of when I publish new readings. I'm certainly going to do a reading for every month, but maybe I will try them a bit more frequently, say a mid-month reading, and maybe also some special readings. But above all, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, and enjoy Java.